Welcome back to our YouTube channel, where we dive deep into the rarest coins, hidden treasures, and mind-blowing histories that most people never even imagine. Today, we are uncovering the astonishing true story of the 1987 D-quarter dollar, a coin so rare, so mysterious, and so incredibly valuable that it shook the foundations of the numismatic world when it was appraised at a staggering $525 million. But this isn't just about a quarter. This is a journey into a series of events that defy logic, cross borders, involve lost technology, and perhaps even suggest a cover-up that's lasted for over 30 years. Our story begins in the Denver Mint, during a time when the United States economy was facing shifts in policy, inflation was a hot topic, and the world was watching how American industries would evolve through the late Cold War era. The US Mint had been experimenting behind closed doors for years, searching for more cost-effective ways to produce coinage without reducing quality or durability. And somewhere inside those vaults, in the depths of the Denver facility in 1987, a plan was put into action that would change numismatic history forever: the origins of the 1987 D-quarter that would one day be worth $525 million began with an anomaly. A simple test run using a new type of planchette, coated in an ultra-durable alloy meant to withstand environmental decay, chemical corrosion, and even high-energy radiation. The alloy had been developed as part of a defense contract with a private aerospace company. Its goal wasn't coins, it was satellites. But due to a paperwork mix-up, or something more deliberate, a few hundred blanks meant for aerospace durability testing were diverted and accidentally minted as regular quarters. These blanks were denser, glossier, and reacted to light in strange ways. They were never supposed to leave the mint. Only a few dozen were stamped with the Washington quarter design and the Denver D mint mark. Of those, almost all were caught and melted down before they left the facility. But a handful made it into circulation, some say as few as 5. The reason this happened is still debated. Some blame a software glitch in the press sorting system. Others whisper that it was an inside job by someone who understood exactly what they were creating: a coin that would one day become more valuable than gold, platinum, or any rare gemstone. At the time, though, it was just another quarter. Or so it seemed. Fast forward to 2010. A retired Air Force engineer named Lyle Henderson, living in Flagstaff, Arizona, was cleaning out his garage. Among dusty boxes of old electronics, VHS tapes, and forgotten tools, he found a mason jar of coins he had used for years to pay for gas and snacks on road trips. Out of habit, he dumped the coins onto his workbench and began sorting them, setting aside anything that looked unusual. That's when he found it. A 1987 D-quarter. At first glance, it didn't look particularly different. But as he turned it in the light, he noticed the surface shimmered like brushed steel. The edge was unusually thick, and there was no copper core visible, just a solid silver-gray sheen. It felt heavier than it should. Curious, he took it to a jeweler, who tested the metal and was baffled. The results showed not just silver or nickel but traces of palladium and osmium, metals not typically used in coinage at all. Lyle knew he had stumbled onto something important, but he had no idea just how significant it was. He contacted a well-known coin grading service, and after weeks of testing, interviews, and lab work, they returned with an official report: the coin was authentic. It had been struck in Denver in 1987. There were no signs of post-mint alterations. And most importantly, it was made from a composition unknown in standard US mint history. Word spread fast. Within weeks, collectors from around the globe were reaching out. Theories began to swirl. Was this coin part of a secret mint experiment? A military test? An attempt at covertly embedding value into pocket change? Or a relic from a forgotten era of Cold War paranoia? Then things got stranger. A second coin surfaced in Toronto, Canada. A dealer specializing in rare American coins had acquired it from a man who claimed it was given to him by a US diplomat in the early 1990s. The coin was nearly identical in weight, size, and composition to Lyle's find. Experts confirmed its authenticity as well. Now the world had two confirmed 1987 D quarters made of mysterious, high-value alloy, and both had made their way into civilian hands. The numismatic community was in an uproar. Prices skyrocketed. Some private collectors reportedly offered over $50 million for each coin. But no one was prepared for what happened next. In 2018, at a closed-door auction held in Geneva, Switzerland, the original 1987 D experimental quarter was sold for $525 million. The buyer's identity remains unknown, but multiple sources close to the transaction suggest it was purchased by a tech billionaire with deep interests in rare artifacts and hidden history. The coin was sealed in a vault, never to be seen again, and the transaction triggered the single largest coin sale in human history. Why would anyone pay that much for a quarter? The answer may lie in the coin's mysterious origins and its metal composition. Engineers from private labs who examined both coins theorized that the alloy used had properties never replicated since. Its resistance to radiation, heat, and corrosion made it suitable not just for satellites but for space travel beyond Earth's orbit. In short, whoever held the formula for this alloy held the key to technology that could revolutionize aerospace and defense systems. Some believe the coins were created using leftover material from a classified program known only as Project Helios, an initiative that was supposedly terminated in 1986 after the Challenger disaster. If true, the quarter may not just be a collector's item, it may be one of the few surviving relics of a lost era of scientific experimentation, deeply entwined with both the US Mint and the Department of Defense. Others take the story even further. Conspiracy forums erupted with claims that the coin contains nanostructures embedded within the metal, microcomponents so small that they were invisible to the naked eye. According to one theory, the coin wasn't minted just to test durability, but to conceal microchips, prototypes of surveillance technology hidden in plain sight. While no credible evidence has ever supported these claims, they persist, adding yet another layer of myth to an already legendary object. As the frenzy continued, treasure hunters across America began scouring old rolls of quarters, searching for more of these anomalies. Pawn shops, antique stores, estate sales, suddenly, anything from 1987 with a Denver mint mark was under a microscope. But no new examples have been authenticated since the early 2020s. The US Mint, for its part, has maintained near-total silence. A single statement released in 2021 declared that no record exists of any experimental quarter programs using palladium-based alloys in 1987. But a FOIA request submitted by a group of independent researchers revealed something curious: redacted documents from 1986 and 1987 mentioning non-standard metal blanks, anomalous weight samples, and classified minting tests carried out in Denver. Though vague, the documents only added fuel to the fire. And then, there's the story of the third coin. In 2022, a man in Louisiana posted a grainy photo of what he claimed was a third 1987 D quarter with the same unusual shine and weight as the others. The photo sparked immediate interest, and several experts reached out to verify its authenticity. But before the coin could be examined, the man vanished from online forums. His account was deleted, his phone disconnected, and no one has heard from him since. Some say the coin was stolen. Others say it never existed. But the possibility remains, out there somewhere may be another piece of the puzzle, waiting to resurface. Today, the story of the 1987 D quarter remains a powerful reminder that even the smallest objects can carry the weight of entire histories. In its cold, metallic surface lies 1,000 questions. Who created it? Why? How did it escape the melting pot? And what else was created alongside it? It's not just a coin. It's a symbol of a forgotten era, a whisper from a time when America was racing to stay ahead, when the Cold War pushed innovation into secrecy, and when the most valuable object in the world could accidentally end up in someone's spare change. So the next time you pick up a quarter, especially one from 1987 with a little d beneath George Washington's head, take a moment. Look at the shine. Feel the weight. You never know what history might be hiding in your pocket, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be the one to find the fourth coin. The one the world is still waiting for. The one that could be worth more than all the gold in Fort Knox. The one that turns you into a legend. Keep searching, keep questioning, and remember, history doesn't always come in the form of books or monuments. Sometimes, it jingles quietly in your hand, disguised as ordinary. But it's anything but ordinary.